Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim. Maliki yaumiddin iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. My brothers and my sisters, welcome. Welcome to another lovely episode of Simplified. And I greet you as usual. I greet you in the most beloved greeting, the greeting of peace, the greeting of pious, the greeting of beloveds, the greeting of simplified, greeting of salam. May the peace and blessings of Almighty God be with you, guide you, and always show up for you. Amen. It's been a little while that we have done videos, and it's because I was trying different things on the best way, because the world is evolving, we're growing. So I was looking for the best way to bring the messages of Allah, the messages of God, messages of hope, messages of peace to simplify viewers. And I realized when we do the video in the past, we usually it takes a lot of process, a lot of time for me to get it to people. First, I had to record it and all that. So now we decided, let's try this. Let's do live. We had to work on our YouTube because there are some guidelines, YouTube guidelines to do live, to go live. So I think we're doing well now. You have to be at a certain subscribers and views to be able to do live. So I think we hit that benchmark. But I want to plead to everybody. It's been 2 minutes and I've been saying all this. But I want to plead to everybody, please, 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 if you have not subscribed to this channel, I'm begging by the grace of God, please subscribe, because there's a lot of work to do. 2024, we haven't done a lot of work. Actually, we have done close to nothing. Maybe we uploaded few during Ramadan and after Ramadan. So please, please, please like the videos. I pray you like them. So give it thumbs up, leave comments, and also please, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. So 3 minutes now, me rambling about this. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The episode that I want to treat today is one episode that's been burning in my heart. And I did it before, I recorded it, but then I realized, you know what? Let me, every time I review what I've recorded, I'm a big critic of myself. So it's not good enough. And then I wouldn't upload it. So when I do live, I pray to God that it's good enough because I can't redo this. There's an episode that I did before, recorded, but we didn't upload. And we titled it The Tales of Three Joes. The Tales of Three Joes. I will do the first episode. The first Joe is by the name Joe Biden, American current president. And for some reason, I don't know, I have a very soft heart for the name Joseph. In Islam, it's Yusuf, Anabi Yusuf, alayhi salatu wasalam. So, but the first Joe that I want to talk about, there will be three Joes. The title is going to be The Tales of Three Joes, Three Josephs. Number one is Joe Biden, and the second Joe is going to be Joseph. In the Bible, we believe is the father of Anabi Isa, Jesus Christ, alayhi salatu wasalam. His stepdad, Mariama's later husband, is called or was Joseph the carpenter. But before I go there, let me talk about Joe Biden quick. This man is a man of honor, and I'm not speaking politically. I'm not speaking anywhere, in any term politically. But Joe Biden is an upstanding man. And we've done episode before during his election and his inauguration. But what I want to talk about Joe Biden, current president of America, Joseph Robinette Biden, why I think is a man of honor, is a man of dignity, is see when God is working with you, even if you don't know from the get-go, when you start to look back, you will realize, oh my God, God is working with me. And you will know that God is working with Joe Biden. Because every step he makes, let's pay attention to this. His whole political career, right? He's held so many positions, and then the journey of his life took him to the White House. But the first thing that I want to talk about started when he chose his running mate by the name Kamala Harris. And I want to say this to all supervisors, all managers. When you have to choose an assistant manager or director and you have to choose assistant director, choose honestly. Choose a person of integrity. Choose a person that you trust. Don't just choose someone because they're your family, you know them, or they can give you something. Choose with integrity. Choose someone that when you're truly not there, that they can be there and stand in the position on your behalf. That is how to choose your deputy, your assistant, your vice in any position. And when President Joe Biden, may God be pleased with him. And I say that on purpose. When he chose his running mate, he chose Kamala Harris. We did an episode, the last episode, if you go look at it, I spoke of Kamala Harris. And Joe Biden, the age began to tell on him. Joe Biden started to grow older faster. It's not easy to be a president, though. Go ask Barack Obama, former president of America, the most handsome man. And it's after his number 5th year on the throne of American presidency, he started to grow gray hair. Now he's a silver guy, he's handsome, it's okay, it's good. But the age started to tell on Joe Biden. And unfortunately, when now it's 4 years, his first term is ending, and now we have to select another president. Joe Biden realized the party, he himself, Baba is getting older. He's in his 80s. So he had to step down honorably and get past the baton to the person that he initially selected. In case of, I'm not here, you can do it. His vice president, Kamala Harris. And if all goes well, if Kamala Harris is chosen by God, it will definitely be chosen by America. And if it's chosen by America, then it will be the first female president of United States of America, and it will be the first African American female president of the free world, Kamala Harris. So you see, and it takes a man of dignity to do what Joe Biden actually did, stepping down to bring someone, pass the baton to someone else. It's something some other people, very, very rarely, you see anyone that is in that position, the highest position that can be held in the world, the position of the President of the United States of America, and someone is in that position and they pass the baton to someone else to continue the race. It takes an upstanding person to do that. God bless you, President Joe Biden, and God bless the United States of America. Tales of three Joes. The second Joe, Joseph, is Joseph the carpenter. The father, I don't want to say stepfather, because Anabi Isa, Jesus Christ, alayhi salatu wasalam, he is the only creation of Allah. Actually, yes, that does not have a father, but has a mother. The first creation that has no father also did not have a mother, by the name Prophet Adam, alayhi salatu wasalam. If you call him in English, is Adam. Call him in Arabic, is Adam. Call him in Yoruba, is Adam. Call him in Igbo, any language, is always Adam. Now, Adam was the only prophet, only creation of Allah that came to the world without the DNA of a father nor mother. He was created by word of Allah. Be, kun, fayakun. You know, Badiu samawati wal harida wa iza qada hamra fa innama yaqulu lahu kun fayakun. Surah Al-Imran, Quran chapter 3. And Imran is actually the last name of Nabi Isa, alayhi salatu wasalam. Okay, why are you rushing? We're doing live. Stop rushing. Slow down. Slow down. Somebody please message me and say slow down so I can slow down. Thank you very much. So, Joseph, the carpenter. There are two Josephs in the Bible, and they're distinguished by uh, uh, their descriptive words. I don't want to give the next one away. So, this Joseph, I don't even know if I should call him the stepfather, because I never Jesus never had a father. But the person that was with Mary, Mariama, radiallahu anha, the mother of Anabi Isa, during that time, because she's a woman, she's still a woman. And Allah does not say in the Quran that He has created women that will never have a mate, but He has created a man that did not have a father. That is Jesus Christ. May Allah continue to be pleased with him. Anabi Isa, alayhi salatu wasalam. However, this man, why do I want to talk about this man? And I'm talking about this man because to speak of exemplary fathers, fathers that take time to adopt or adapt or inherit or just plainly care for the children that they don't even birth. There is not the biological kids, meaning fathers of husbands of single mothers. They take that role in honesty, in service to Allah. They take the role, if I'm going to marry your mom, I'm going to take care of your children. I'm going to take care of the children. So my hats off, and I'm not wearing hats, but my hijab off to all fathers, all men, all exemplary men that are taking care of all the children that comes from the woman that they're in relationship with. And I pray to God for him to uphold your family and reward you according to his promises, because it's the promise of Allah. Ali Jazal Linzani, Illa Linzani. Is there any other reward for good other than good? And that kind of goodness, I don't think it will go unrewarded, because it's an act of selflessness. For you to care for a kid that you didn't impregnate the mother, it's not your child to be given birth to, yet undiscriminately you take care of that kid. So, Ya Allah, continue to be pleased with the man of Nana Mariama, the mother of Jesus, and Nabi Isa, alayhi salatu wasalam. It's a little mouthful, but you got me, right? Now, thank you very much. Thank you. Now, this is the thing. When this man, destiny is very, very interesting. Destiny is very funny. See, Allah knows every step that we're going to take before He created us. And how do people know that Jesus Christ, alayhi salatu wasalam, at such a young age, how did the people of the town know that he was a prophet? How did God introduce his prophethood to the world? Let me tell you. You know, apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, right? Birds of so this young boy, forgive me Allah because he's your prophet. He's my prophet, Nabi Isa. So he's not a boy. He was always hang out with uh, uh, Joseph, Yusuf, Joseph the carpenter. I don't want to use the word stepfather because that would be an understatement, and I don't want it to be a sin on me for saying that. But the father figure that he has in the home, that is growing up with, that is taking care of him and his mother. And this man was a carpenter. So Anabi Isa alayhi salam likes to go to the carpentry shop with him and observed what he was doing. And maybe next episode, we'll talk about Jesus Christ and some of his miracles in the Quran and also in the Bible. Maybe next week. So make sure you come next week and you join the live. So Jesus Christ, alayhi salam, always go to the carpentry shop with uh, uh, Joseph the carpenter and observe and observe. And then one day, when this young child, maybe I don't know the age, but he was very young, 8 years old, 10 years old. And this little young child is telling people about God, about the creator of the universe. The words that he was speaking was beyond his age, was too big for his age. And how did they believe what he was saying? And he sculpted a bird. He already sculpted a bird, right? So, how do people believe that he knows what he was talking about? He knew what he was speaking of, that he was who they were thinking, or he is saying that he was Prophet of Allah. Don't forget, he started speaking from the cradle. He spoke to his mother from the belly. So everything was lining up slowly. However, human beings would like to see proof in front of us. This young boy took the toy bird that he carved in the carpentry shop with Joseph the carpenter. And he took the bird, it was carved out of wood, and he held it like this, and he said words of Askar to it, 2 words. And then he blew on it and released it. The bird became alive and flew to the sky. Everybody was amazed. Why am I talking about that? Because there's a role model in the house that has shown him things, helped him to learn things, you know, showed him good life, even though Jesus didn't need anyone to show him, to teach him. He's the teacher. He was the teacher. The only teacher he had was the Spirit of God, was Malaika Jibril, Angel Gabriel. The Spirit of God lives inside Jesus Christ. That's how he did his missionary works, and that's how he moves, he preaches. But today is not about Jesus Christ. Today is about that exemplary man that was the caretaker of our prophet. Now, you don't have to think twice before you know. Is the caretaker of our prophet going to be anywhere else but Aljana? No. So, to all men that are taking care of other people's children, I'm dedicating that segment about Joseph the carpenter to all of you. To all men that does more than their responsibility, to all men that care for more children outside of their own responsibility, of their own blood, I dedicate that that pocket of this lecture to all of you. Thank you for doing just that. Now, the third Joseph. When I read about this, it brought tears to my. It's a story that we all know. It's a story that we know bits and pieces of it. But I'm gonna urge everybody, all of us, please grab your Quran and read about this prophet by the name Anabi Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. The story of Anabi Yunus, Anabi Yusuf. I love the way Allah did it in the Quran. I love the way Allah did everything in the Quran. But the way Allah did the story of Anabi Yusuf in the Quran, Allah, when Allah speaks in the Quran, Allah goes from here, He talks about something here, and then He stops. And then you keep reading and reading. The continuation is in another chapter, or 3 chapters down, or 7 chapters down. But the story of Anabi Yusuf, you go to the chapter of Anabi Yusuf, Quran chapter 12, Anabi Yusuf, Allah spoke eloquently from the beginning to the end of that chapter is about Anabi Yunus. So it's about Anabi Yusuf. Anabi Yusuf, alayhi salatu wasalam. And every time I read the story of Anabi Yusuf, I cry. There's a part where I cry. And I'm going to tell you what that part is. And when I tell you, I don't know if we thought about that, if anyone has thought about that. But I'm going to bring our awareness to that. When Allah started that chapter, Allah started by saying Alif Lam Ra. And these letters, only Allah is aware or has the knowledge of the meaning. So there's no translation of it. Alif Lam Ra, only Allah knows the meaning. And Allah immediately went and said, we've sent down as an Arabic Quran so that you may learn wisdom. Verse 2. And verse 3, Allah began immediately, without talking about nothing else, without wasting time. Nothing in the Quran is a waste of time. But without skipping a bit, immediately, from the 3rd verse, Allah started about the Prophet. And Allah started to talk about him. And then the 4th chapter, the 1st verse, is when Allah spoke of the dream that Nabi Yusuf had. You see where we're going? And Nabi Yusuf had a dream. Let me read it verbatim. Let me read it directly from the Quran. It says, behold, Joseph said to his father, oh, my father, I did see in my dream, 11 stars, and the sun, and the moon. I saw them prostrate themselves to me. 11 stars, 1 moon, and 1 sun. They prostrated to him in his dream. And immediately after he said that, his father said, my dear little son, with an exclamation mark, said, relate not thy vision to thy brothers, lest they concoct a plot against you. Lest they plan against you. See how Allah started it immediately, because there's a lot to say about this prophet in this chapter, and Allah started immediately, back to back. And when you read each chapter, you'll be so amazed, because it grabs you and it holds on to you. You will not be able to stop reading it. I challenge you to go and read Quran chapter 12. You will not be able to put it down. And when you finish reading it, come back to this episode, come back to our YouTube page, and leave a comment. How you feel or how you felt after having read it. But what makes me cry? We're not there yet. Remember I said in the beginning that these 2 Josephs, alayhi salatu wasalam, respectively, they have descriptive words, things that they describe them with. But see, people that envy you, people that hate you, people that don't like you, they don't have a reason not to like you. They just don't like you. They just don't want to like you. They don't need to have a reason not to like you, but they just want to not like, they just don't like you. And when people don't like you, they want to plot against you. But when they do that, don't leave Allah. Stay with Allah. Trust in Him. Keep your faith in Him. Keep your faith alive and believe in Him. He will always have your back. Why did these brothers start to think ill of their youngest brother? Well, second to the youngest. There'll be a time, by the grace of Allah, when we see that people are used to coming, people get the memo to come to the live videos, then we're going to do it more like consistently. Because I'm taking this from the middle of the story. I want to tell us the beginning of the story of Anabi Yusuf alayhi salam. But I'm going to pick this and hopefully it will gel properly. The father, when father, Prophet Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam, Jacob, when he married, there were two sisters. Oof, I don't want to get off of this course. Two sisters, right? Because it's a heavy encapsulated story. So I'm going to pick a little bit, but next time we're going to talk more about the rest of it. Had the first wife he had gave him 10 sons, all boys. The second wife he had, which actually was the love of his life, gave him 2 children, and those 2 are the youngest of all the kids. After the first wife has had 10 boys, is when the second wife now has 1 boy by the name Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, Joseph, and then another son by the name Benjamin in English. Benjamin is the immediate and the last brother of the family, immediate brother of Anabi Yusuf. Now, the father loved Yusuf so much, and then he bought him a gown. It was a flamboyant gown. The Quran described that gown the most beautiful, and in Yoruba we used to say Joseph Alashualarabara, Joseph, the prophet with the flamboyant gown, many colors on the gown. So every time he loves to wear that gown. However, every time he wears it, his brothers were jealous because they wanted it, and the father gave it to him, bought it for him. But the brothers wanted it too, but just Joseph has it, alayhi salam. So every time he wears it, the father was happy, but the brothers were sad. They were jealous. Now, imagine the enemies, they planned their plot before they carried out. They told the father, let Yusuf go with us to hunting, to the farm. And the father said, no, he's too young. They said, Father, we'll take care of him. And the father said, I'm afraid if a wild animal will eat my son. The father said that. What shaitan and devilish people. And they said, no, Father, out of all of us, it's 10 of us. You think any wild animal will come and hurt our brother while we're there? No way. So they guaranteed the father that will not happen. However, they already made their plot to erase him from the family because they don't like him, because they're jealous of him, because their father loved them more than them. So on the day they will go out, they went. Father gave them permission to take Joseph with them. And Nabi Yusuf, such a young boy, innocent young boy, and he went with them. But they didn't go there to hunt. They didn't go there to do anything else. They intentionally go there on that day to go get rid of their brother. And then on their way, they were contemplating how to dismember this young boy, how to remove him. One of them said, just let's kill him. The other one said, that's our brother. We cannot kill him. He's still our brother. And then all of them, we're not taking him back home. We have to carry out the plan. You know what they did? They threw him in the well. What you see no kanga. And then they killed an animal and his colorful garments, right? They took that off of him first before they tossed him in the well. So they put the blood of the animal all over Yusuf's garments. The same thing the father, he said they would do he was afraid would happen to his son, was the same ammunition, the same excuse they used for the reason why the boy was no more. They said a wild animal killed their brother. Isn't that what the father thought would happen? But that was the lie they used. To cut the long story short, we're talking about Nabi Yusuf. So enough about those people, ungrateful brothers. When Yusuf was falling in that water that he tossed him into, Allah commanded Malaka Jibril immediately go. If any part of him touches that water, you will be disgraced as my angel. And Malaka Jibril was the senior angel, Angel Gabriel. He was fast. Very, very seldomly Allah would give him that type of instruction. Like immediately go do this, and boom, he has done it. Someone just leo. Someone just leo. Where he was in heaven is far from here. And it would take him twinkle of an eye to carry the task out. And I told him to do the same. When the people of the town of Prophet Ibrahim, Prophet Abraham alayhi salam, when they threw him in the fire, Allah gave Malaka Jibril the same command. The fire must not touch him. And Malaka Jibril ran, flew, was there. So the Prophet didn't burn. The same thing happened for Nabi Yusuf. And he stayed there, levitated on the water. So when the people of the caravans came, the people from another town, city, whatever, town, far, when they came, they decided, let's drink some water. We've been walking a lot. As they drew their thing to fetch water, they realized, oh my God, there's somebody in the well. And then, of course, Yusuf held on to it and they pulled him out. What are you doing here? Now, la ilaha illallah. I love Allah so much. And I love the way Allah speaks. You have to read the Quran. Because when those people of the caravan took Prophet Joseph, alayhi salam, such a young boy, and they were asking one another, what are we going to do with him? He's too little, he cannot be our slave. He's too little, he cannot help us with our caravan business. And one of them said, then let's sell him as a slave. Imagine a prince in his home. He's now taken in the caravan to another land, the land of the Egypt. They took him from Israel Israel is where the brothers made all the plots and did all that, tossed him in the well. And when the people that found him, they were going back to their home. Where is their home? Egypt. That's how this young boy ended up in Egypt. What makes me cry about this story? Because he was so young. He was a little boy. He was a little boy a that had a father, a mother, and his baby brother. And they took him away from that life that he knew. And now he's walking and moving with strangers, not knowing his faith. And when the people say, let's just sell him as a slave, maybe somebody will buy him. And they did, lo and behold, they sold him to a chief in Egypt. Yep, they sold him to one of the chiefs or ministers in Egypt. And the man and his wife never had a baby. They don't have kids of their own. Remember, hats off to fathers to stepdads, fathers that care for other people's children. My hats off to you. So the man, when he bought it, oh Allah, you know what Allah said about how they sold the prophet? Allah said, they sold him for such little price. Only if they know the value of what they were selling. They were selling the prophet of Allah at such a close to nothing. They sold him. Imagine you have gold. Your gold is worth just an estimation of maybe $100,000. But the gold is, somebody thought it was just a mere rock. And then they threw the rock out. And they, oh, can I have it? So I can sell it to you. And they sell it to you for $2. $2. Or you sell it to the person for $2. Or $1. Or 50 cents. 1 penny. Because it was nothing to you. But Allah says this prophet, this young boy they just sold, has value beyond what they priced them as. Now, when he got to that place, the man that bought him, when he took him home, his wife said, what is he going to do here? The man said, he can help you. See, such a good man. He bought this young slave, somebody that can be home to keep your company so that you're not by yourself in the house. And he can help you with small house chores. And if you like him, maybe we can then adopt him. That was the man's plan. Mind you, you know how the big chiefs, they have spent their time and now they marry, and they marry very young woman. That was the case in this story. The man is a minister or chief, and when he married this young girl. This young girl has no kid for him. So she lives up in the house. The man bought a small slave, a young slave, to help her in the house. That's the story of Hanabi Yunus, Hanabi Yusuf. Oh, maybe Allah wants us to talk about Yunus. That's the story of Hanabi Yusuf, Prophet Joseph, alayhi salatu wasalam. Let me stop it right here, if it's okay with you, with all of you. And I'm very grateful. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for watching live. Afamayo, Brother Mayo Abiola, thank you. I see you. I see William Revels. I see you. Thank you very much. Sorry, I can't see everybody, but I'm grateful. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for the comments. Let us stop it right here. Maybe bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we'll pick it up from there next week. Or maybe we trace our steps back and speak of the father of Joseph, and Nabi Yaqub, his journey that led him to where he was, to Israel, where he then met his wife, or wives, should I say, and then gave back to all the 12 children. Maybe we go from there and then we continue the story of our beloved and maybe Yusuf, alayhi salatu wasalam. I love you all. Everything I say that is good, all glory and adoration be unto Almighty God, the King of all kings and the Lord of all lords. And everything that I say that is incorrect or that is wrong, please, please, please pardon me. I'm just the perfect imperfection of Allah. I'm not perfect. Please forgive me. I love you all. I love you. And I admire you and I appreciate you. Thank you for the calls. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the emails. When are we going to have another episode? When are we going to have another episode? I'm very, very grateful. Please, 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 if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe so that we can do this more often by the grace of Allah. I love you. I love you. But no matter how much I love you, Allah loves you more. And I know that you love me. But no matter how much you love me, Allah loves me more. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care of one another. It's September. September is almost over. We celebrated last week the Malud Nabi, the birthday of Rasulullah. So I'm going to say this quick. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin wa sallam. May Allah be pleased with our Prophet and Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And may Allah be pleased with all the previous prophets before him. Alayhi salatu wasalam, respectively. Until next time, take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ma salam. Thank you very much. See you again next week, inshallah. Life doesn't want to go away. Life wants to stay living. How do we turn off life? Masalam. Love you all. Thank you.